This is the opening morning of the Kansas City Fed's 33rd annual symposium. A beautiful, somewhat chilly morning. Marty, I'm glad you're out here with me.
Good to be with you.
So Ben Bernanke speaks at 8 a.m. Jackson Hole time, 10 o'clock Eastern. What do you expect to hear in this speech?
I think he will reassure people that the Fed is aware of the problems of getting an exit, of making sure that the big buildup of excess reserves in the banks will not be inflationary, and that otherwise they're going to be taking their time in getting out of the current situation.
When people say they want to hear more from the Fed on the exit strategy, and a lot of people are hoping to hear that this morning, is that enough? I mean, are people kind of gearing up for maybe a little more, even a sense of when the Fed starts the exit, what they're watching to know when it's time to head in that direction more clearly?
We'll know it when we see it, but right now that's not imminent. And I think Ben has laid out several options that they have for an exit strategy, and it's much too soon. The economy is still weak, and it's not at all clear that the upturn that we've seen recently is the beginning of a sustainable rise.
So is the recession over?
Well, certainly the National Bureau has not declared an end to the recession, and I think there's a serious danger that come the end of this year, the beginning of next year, we will see it slipping back down again, that it's being held up by big fiscal stimulus and is not going to be self-sustaining.
So you're not ready to say the recession's over?
I'm certainly not ready to do that.
Okay. But isn't the idea of the stimulus that we get multiplier effects? People spend, people get hired, and the economy just gets on a stronger track?
But the negative hit is bigger than the fiscal stimulus. The negative hit from $14 trillion of reduced household wealth, from housing starts down 75%, that also has multiplier effects, and those outweigh the favorable multiplier effects from the fiscal stimulus.
Okay, Ben Bernanke's renomination the whole topic is heating up again. I know a lot of people are talking about it here in Jackson Hole. We're certainly talking about it on Bloomberg News. What do you think? Does Ben Bernanke deserve it?
He certainly deserves it. I mean, he has done a remarkably creative job of dealing with these problems. Every time you come up with a new strategy, it's not going to be a sure winner, but they have kept credit going. They have not found a way to get the banks to come back and provide credit in the way they did and should and will, I hope, in the future. But the Fed has stepped in where the private markets have been absent.
Is there a risk of waiting too long?
Waiting too long to tighten?
On the Bernanke renomination by President Obama?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
And answer the question you asked. Is there a risk of waiting too long to tighten?
There is a risk, but it's not today. I mean, that is, they could get in trouble if a year or so from now that were happening.
All right. Martin Feldstein, thank you so much for joining us.